Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create an Android plugin for object detection in Godot game engine using MediaPipe. So first I'll show you the output. So here is my Android app, and once I run the app it will ask me for image permission, like access to all the images. I'll click on allow. Now here you are seeing a permission denied, like this is a bug from Godot side itself. At the time of recording I'm using Godot 4.2.1. Like I don't know why it is getting displayed like this. Too should be displayed only when permission is denied, but even when I'm giving the permission it is getting displayed. So yeah, there is some issue with Godot side. Also, like the Godot Android plugin is still using this deprecated method of on start activity result, like on main result those. Instead of that, like currently there is no way to use register for activity result, which is the new way of asking for permission in Android. So that's why I have to use this. Also, if you note, as soon as the app starts it asks for the permission. Again, that's not how my logic is written. Like I have reported this error as an issue on the Godot repo as well, and I think the fix should get landed in Godot 4.3. But yeah, it is what it is. So I have given it the permission, and here you can see I have one button, detect object. When I click on it, it opens our image picker, and if I select an image, here you can see it was able to say okay, it was a dog. If I select this cup image, here you can see it is able to detect cup. Okay, so firstly you will have to go to this documentation, and you will have to scroll down. Okay, I will let you know about the documentation in a bit, but first you will have to go to your Android Studio, create an Android project. It can be an empty views project or an empty jetpack compose project, doesn't really matter. Then you will have to right click on your app folder, new module, Android library, and here you will just have to give it name as give it anything what you want to. I have given it as my library. Change the package name to whatever you feel like, and then click on finish. I have already created this. And then once you create this my library, you will have to right click, new folder, assets folder, and click on finish. I have already created, so it will create this assets folder. Now you will have to go to this documentation over here. You will have to scroll to the model section, click on this model section over here. Now from this list of models, you will have to pick the appropriate models which suits your needs. Okay, I have just picked this model. Again, this is like big in size, like almost around 6 MB. So choose wisely whatever you feel is right for you. Once you download any of this model, you will have to drag and drop inside this assets folder. Okay, once you do that, you will have to go to build.cradle.kts of your library, and now this is a new thing in Android Studio Iguana. So here I have added this libs.godot, and here I have added this libs.task.vision. Now these files are referenced from libs.versions.toml. so if I go over here you can see I have added the Godot version. At the time of recording I am using Godot 4.2.1. if you are using higher version in the future, make sure you change it to that version. You can find this version on Maven Central. And for task vision MediaPipe, I am using this version. And you also need to write this so that it is properly referenced, this bit. And for task vision you will have to write this bit as well. Then you just have to go to build.gradle.kts and click on sync now. Next you will have to go to android manifest.xml. No, before that, create this file inside kotlin plus java Godot Android plugin. Create this Godot Android plugin file. It extends from Godot plugin, and we also require this lifecycle owner because we want to make use of coroutines. So this is boilerplate code for creating our lifecycle owner. Next, I have given the plugin name as my plugin. You can give it any name, but do remember this name because we will be using this in lot other places as well. Then I have created one image request code as well as request image gallery image ID. Here we are initializing our object detector. Now this name should be the same whatever you have inside your assets folder. And for running mode, I have kept it as image, and here I have kept it for object detector. Now if the user is on Android T or above, then I am calling this read media images, otherwise I am calling read external storage. On Godot setup completed, we are initializing our object detector, and here I have registered our signal so that we can send whatever object has been detected from native Android side to the Godot side. And here I have created a method called detect, and as soon as you call this method from Godot side, we are first asking for the permission. Now you might have, like I told you, right, this permission is automatically asked at the very start once our app is loaded. Again, this is a bug from Godot side which will get resolved in Godot 4.3. and here once this is called, the callback comes over here, and if it is image request code, and if the user has granted all the images, then we call this, which moves the callback over here. And once the user has picked an image, so basically once user grants our permission, we are opening the image picker, and once the image picker has been opened, we just give this once the user selects an image, we get the image URI. From that image URI, we are converting a bitmap image. Okay, so and we are then converting this bitmap image to an MP image, which is required by the detect method of our object detector. Now once we get this classification result, we get the detection properties, and from that we just find the first item of it, then call the categories, and if this is not equal to empty and not equal to null, then we are just sending the category name as well as the display name, and in all other cases I am just sending no data, and in case something goes wrong, I am just displaying a toast message. Next, you will have to go to android manifest.xml, and here you will have to add these two permissions, and this I have just copy pasted from the Godot documentation, but this should be your plugin name and this should be your package name. In case you forgot, this is your package name and this is your plugin name. Next, you will have to go to your project drop down, go to your library, create a folder called export scripts template. Inside that, create a file called plugin.cfg. again, I have copy pasted this from docs. Only this name should be your plugin name. Description author, you can change whatever you feel like. Then I have created export plugin.gd as well. Again, I have copy pasted this from docs. Only changes, this should be your plugin name, and here in get android dependency, you will have to add this extra bit of method. So we need kotlin coroutines, android lifecycle runtime. Even though we haven't added this in build.gradle, this is required because the version of kotlin which Godot android template uses does not pre-bundles this lifecycle runtime as well as kotlin coroutines. And you also need this MediaPipe task vision. Now this version should be the same which you have in libs.versions.toml. Okay, so once you do that, you will have to open your terminal, you will have to cd to your android project, and you will have to run this command. So I'll show you that command as well. So this one ./gradle assemble. Once you run this command, you can go to your android project, library, build, outputs, AR, and here you should see two AR files being generated. Now you will have to go to your Godot, create your Godot project, click on project, install android build template. I have already done that. Then click on export, click add android, and here you might see a button called fix import. Just click on it. Here you might see a use Gradle build checkbox. Just click on it, and here you can select whatever architecture you want to of your android. If you don't know, select all four of this. Then you will have to go to create a folder called add-ons. Inside that, create a folder with your plugin name. Inside that, create a bin folder, and inside bin create two folders, debug and release. Now you will have to copy the debug AR file to the debug folder and release to the release folder. Once you copy that, again you will have to make some slight changes to the name. So here inside the debug AR, you can see the name has been changed to your plugin name -debug.ar. Similarly for release as well, your plugin name -release.ar. Then you will also have to copy this export plugin.gd and plugin.cfg file over here inside your my plugin folder. So I have copied that as well. Then you will have to go to project settings, go to plugins. You will have to check this checkbox as well. Then inside our UI, I have just taken a node 2D, a button as well as a label, and here you can see now this name should, I have attached one script to it, and now this name should be the same whatever is your plugin name. And here we are just initializing our label, and inside ready we are just initializing our plugin, and I have also connected our test signal. And on button pressed, if Android plugin is available, then we are calling the detect method, and once we get a signal we are just updating the text of our label. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.